right, and it's like they flip flop, and it's like, bro, either freedom of speech is good or it's not. You can't keep flopping. You know what I'm saying?
What
But
I heard something the other day because that was something crazy. What did I put on my book? Go ahead, Hero. What up, y'all? Figuring shit out Wednesday live special. We just jump right into this thing. Go ahead, Hero.
yeah, but listen, they with that freedom of speech shit, the powers that be have given us the ability to silence each other. That's why we have mute
Exactly.
buttons and block buttons. So you see what's going on. They have literally taken it out of their hands and allow us to do it. So they
But
see how much that's data. They keep track of that. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's so easily to censor a lot of our material and content that we put out because they see how we're carrying it with each other once you on live or somebody put a comment up there that you don't like, you'll go get them report them or you will delete them or whatever the case may be. So we have taken it
it's
to
too
our
much.
own and our own standards. We doing the killing of the freedom of speech. And I tell people that all day in
And
their
then
lives. I was like,
endorsing
don't
it.
block people. Yeah, don't block them. Let them go ahead because that's what you have been given the ability to do now. So when TikTok does it to you, you want to fly off the hinges, but you just block like 4 or 5 people for making comments in your fucking live that you didn't agree with. You're doing the same thing
Is
they're
that the
doing.
same? Is that the same though?
Yeah,
Is me blocking the type of energy I don't want stopping you from saying what you want to? I'm not stopping you from saying what you want to say. You just can't say it over here.
you
Yeah, I don't
basically
know. I think
still
it's a gray
stopping from. It's
area.
the same thing. I don't even really see it somewhat as a gray area because if the police could slap tape over your mouth every time you mouthed off at them, he would. That's just the
Oh,
difference.
that'd be a
There's really,
lawsuit.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no hard consequence when it comes to freedom of speech, far as
Block it.
marching or anything like that. There's no really no consequence to come to it unless it gets out of hand. With us doing it to each other, that shit happen randomly, and ain't nothing you can do about it. You can't complain to nobody about it. You can't even fucking. It's nothing you can do. You can't even get back in the post and try to argue your point. Your freedom, your
Right. That
speech
that
has
done
been
happened to
cut.
me a couple times.
It happened to me a
Right.
lot because people they can't take it. That shit been happening today, especially with that Charlie Dumb Kirk shit. People can't take the truth. It's easier to believe a lie rather than what I'm saying to really tell a person the truth. They can't handle that shit. They done heard that lie too many times.
Yeah.
I heard it too.
Um, no,
Spiritual
that's me.
tools.
That's me. I'm
Oh,
sharing. No, it's crazy times. Like so, Unify Thrive. Don't forget that part. Unify Thrive, right? But I understand. So the post I had made was saying I was listening to something and it was saying they'll let you scream, right? As long as you ain't aiming at nobody. So you can talk all the shit you want as long as you ain't aiming at them particularly, right? So niggas can scream about passport bros, niggas can scream
Right.
about,
Modern women.
cars and free electricity and shit. But as long as you ain't saying the Rothschilds is blocking me from using my
Or
electricity, you know what I'm talking about? Or you
or
know
the
what I mean? Just some
Jewish.
shit like that. As long as or the Jewish is doing so and so. As long as you ain't pointing at no particular aiming, they don't really care, right?
nah,
So
they
you
the
can
only
scream
ones you
all you
can't
want.
talk about. They the only ones
They the
you
ones
can't
though.
mention them. They're the single ones.
Them
They take
and
that shit
them
personal.
in the alphabet group. You can't talk about the LGBTY to the Q to the R. You can't talk about them either because
But
I
what I
think
it's
found
looked at
out,
as
that's
hate
been
speech.
kind of. I think that's been recently
Kind
calming
of
down a
kind
little
of
bit.
chilled on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not as harsh as it used to be, but
But
you
it was
can't
still a
what I
still.
thing
found out
though.
when I
It
found
was
out who the ADL, why the ADL was started. They got started from they was some dude was raping kids or hurting kids, and he was a Jewish, but they tried to pin it on the black dude, and the black dude came out and it was the Jewish guy who was doing it. They tried to pin it on the black dude, and
heard that
somehow
story
they was
before.
and they said, "Oh fuck that, we not gonna be letting a bad actor, put smut on our name." Although the nigga was fucking touching kids and killing kids, but that's how the ADL started. So once I heard that story, I was like, dog. And now watching how they move, now it's like, damn, dog, y'all just ain't no telling what kind of shit y'all a cover up. You know what I mean? Doing all kinds of
Yeah,
fucking foolishness.
But check it out. I don't know if y'all know or been hearing. Speaking of Charlie Kirk, he's been recently voicing, talking against them as like the past few months. And he's been before that he was all pro. I don't even want to say the name. I was going to say pro them. He was pro them, die hard, and all that. But then he started turning on them, and then he gets murked. I mean,
That's
so
hard.
take that how you will, but
Yeah,
people don't believe it.
no, that's just a piece to throw everybody off. To make it seem like it was beef. Come on, man. We seen them do that with countries all the time, and they chill with them every 4 years at the Olympics. You have to put on
Well,
a facade that it was a reason why the assassination took place, because you got the spin narrative. Now you have two
yeah,
sides. You got the side that's saying, "Damn, they killed Charlie Kirk. Why did they do that? He was a good person. He was a great advocate." Then you got the other side saying, "Hey, well, he was turning against his own people, so his own people decided to take him off." And then you got my group of people saying the shit didn't happen because next shot, blood splatters, people get sprayed with blood. I just watched a fucking movie the other day about the same exact shit about blood spatter when you get hit in the neck, especially
it
from
did
that
ooze.
range.
It oozed down.
Oh, no. Thank you. That don't, nigga. That's an artery, man. I believe the carotid that shoots. That shit sprays. No bullshit.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But let me
Come
ask you
on.
this.
It's uh huh.
Let me ask you this though. What do they gain from faking that? What is the goal?
It's all about energy and it's all about narrative. And then if we know they did that with Charlie Kirk, how many other celebrities and people that they have been doing that with? And I can go down the list because this is something that they do. Look at Charlie Kirk's criteria and what he's been doing since he's been in business. He specialized in identity crisis.
Huh?
He specialized in it. Yes,
Or like
that's what
that's
he
his
went to
degree or
school
something?
for. Yes, he went to school for identity crisis. He was a director. And it's funny that that matches his name, Charlie Kirk, 75. That matches identity crisis, matches Charlie Kirk. Wow. But
Oh, you
like
talking
I
about
said,
numerology?
yes, numerology with the numbers, because once you go into the numbers, you can't lie with those. They have the numbers tell a story all in itself, which is all ultimately the truth of what they're trying to show you in the form of a scheme, scam, an illusion, because this is the world stage that we are in front of. The movies are no longer shot in Hollywood; they're shot on your streets for everybody to be a part of. That's why you have crisis actors and shit that you can apply for as far as job. It was a
let me
psyop. It never
let me
happened.
let me ask you this because I was talking with
Uh-huh.
somebody else about this earlier. When it hit, right, and his knee jerk reaction, his elbows went up and he leaned over.
Uh-huh.
I feel like personally, I feel like I don't care how much of a good actor you are, how good your reflexes are, how many drills or practices you've been doing. I don't think a human person can on cue do that jerk reaction and have a blank face. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're anticipating it. So like if you're sitting there and you know it's not going to happen and you're expecting it because you're a crisis actor, I don't think nobody has that much strong nerves to like make the jerky motion and actually have a blank face and like fake. You know what I'm saying? Like it looked real.
Putting
You know
in,
what I'm saying?
think about it.
Are you saying? Go ahead.
Look at the hours spent on rehearsing that.
I
They
mean,
was
yeah, I
planning
even
to
feel like
do
even
it.
with rehearsal, that shit
I
might be
mean,
hard to
shit.
do.
Look at
He could have
JF
had the wrong
Kennedy.
movement. He could have had the wrong movement and like jerked or like shown like
But
anticipation.
he knew the
Whole
cue.
shit is done.
But you gotta understand, he knew the cue though. This all that shit was timing. He knew the cue and when to react and how to react in order to get that reaction. This is something that they have been working on. That ain't something that they just called an office and say, you know what, Charlie, this is what we're gonna do. You get
Today's
what
the
I'm
day.
saying?
We about
Exactly.
to shoot
He
in
this
10 minutes.
the thing about exactly now, think about everything that led up to this. Where did Charlie Kirk come from? I keep telling y'all about these people that's pushed to us that we have no background of where these motherfuckers came from. They just automatically pushed in front of us, pushing narratives speaking and saying this and saying that, but you never know where they came from. These are the people that they have groomed, schooled, putting in front of us for all of these type of situations, only to big up, make what we're dealing with more than what it was. You get what I'm saying? Only for the release of energy that they harvest, because that's all it is. Everybody is feeling bad. It's to the point. Every time I go on social media, it's something about Charlie Kirk. Now we're giving energy to his name simply because everybody's saying it over a actor that over a name. Now think about this: over a name that was generated before he even became a character, because his first name matches murder, which is what happened, and his last name matches neck shot, which also what happened. So you get what I'm saying? It's a story being told in numbers, and if you can't read the numbers, you cannot see the real acts or the actions that's taking place, because you still dramatically wrapped up in the emotional part of it, because you can't remove your emotions from these situations, which is why they do what they do, because they know people are tied to their emotions or for shit like this, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
Let me address a couple things right quick. Let me address a few things right quick. So first of all, he ain't got a college degree, right? He didn't finish school. He went to school and didn't finish, but he did go to study kinesiology, right? That's a science study of human movement and effective physical, mental, social well-being.
Stop it. Hold on, stop it. Before you even go any further, what did you just say about that movement that he studied this shit?
But he only went to school for like a couple semesters, bro. He won't even.
It don't matter.
What's the word again?
That was
what
just
is
for
it
the
again?
credits.
What's the word again?
Kinesiology.
What's the study of?
The scientific study of human movement and its effect on physical, mental, and social well-being. Right. That's what we went to school for. Right.
Man, he must have practiced the hell out of that shit.
I'm gonna get. Hold on. Let me get to that. Hiru. I don't care who you is. NBA players rehearse they movements to the T daily, and them niggas still miss shots, right? And so,
good point.
That's not the same as an injury, though. They don't miss an injury to
fake injury.
My boy.
They don't. Injury.
Look at the gym. Look at the gymnasts. Look at all the top tier athletes, tennis players. To perform at a high level, they got to do that shit 13 hours a day. The nigga Michael Phelps swam 2 times a day for 9-10 months just to be as good as he was, right? To perform like that, you got to be in the lab constant nonstop to hit one of those type of movements, dog. Like, I really think Bro did get hit. Like Frank was saying.
Thank you. That's what it could go. So many things could go wrong.
Yeah, when he got hit, it was we've seen enough videos online to see when somebody life leave them. That's what happens. It's
and you can't find a movie. And you mean to tell me you can't find a movie where a guy get hit in the neck, and he performed the same way Charlie performed? Please tell me, y'all. Out of all the movies we done seen, because I done seen over 50 with snipers shooting niggas in their neck in the same reaction. Hold on.
So the only thing about
you can pull them up.
Yeah. The difference with a movie is you could do different takes to get the right take. This was one.
Right.
He could mess up. He could blink. He could react the wrong way.
It was one take that we seen. It was one take that we seen, but we don't know how many times they practice that take without an audience really being there. Correct?
I'm getting pushed.
It's still a huge risk. That's a huge risk.
Y'all, of course. It ain't a risk. Why would it be? Now hold on. We ain't even got to the part of who the shooter is and how they recovered the weapon and how they found him. We ain't even got to none of that yet. Cause all of that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's true.
All of that is fucked up.
And you know they already started cementing the crime scene. They started cementing, putting concrete all over the grass. Like they're already destroying the crime scene.
Cause even listen, the kind of weapon that was used was a Mauser 98, basically 30-06. Why does that matches Charlie Kirk with 192? Also, high-powered rifle matches Charlie Kirk with 75 in numerology. Too much of this shit lined up for it not to be a script. Like I said, y'all thinking that, oh, the next shot. Remember when you first said something to me about it? Cause I said I ain't gonna jump to it. Cause when we first did the last week episode, cuz had brought it up. I said, well, I ain't gonna really get into it because I ain't did the numbers on it. I said, but once I do the numbers, I'll get back to you. Couple of days later, I was throwing them numbers at you, like, hold on, cuz it's a fucking script. And I look at what this man is into and what he been into and what he studied. Come on, man.
So hold on,
Y'all have to learn the numbers of it. Go ahead.
Let me go to you said also you was also saying that where buddy come from. It's the algorithm. So we are in the algorithmic social media age, right? All four of them top tier platforms is interconnected. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, all them shit. The echo back. All them shit interconnected. So he won't know my radar like talking about. Maybe I seen a video or two, buddy, but I won't check him for him when I seen him. It won't. Yeah. All right.
I ain't even saying that.
You ain't gotta say that. Your speakers. So when he come my algorithm right, I don't hear him. I want nothing for me to care about. But like you said, when it happened, it was all over the algorithm because it was just insatiated.
Well, yeah, everybody was talking about it. Yeah, that shit's all over my shit.
You couldn't get away with it, right? So you had to look about it. So them pushing him forward, I don't know about that. I don't know about them because again, it wanted my algorithm wanted, and I was checking for, I'm looking for, and for real, I don't really care about it now because it ain't got nothing to do with what I got going on. You feel me? So
no, it's more so of what I told y'all. The lines are being blurred between reality and you know what I'm saying, and what's real and what's not. You know, if you're able to perform these type of acts in front of people and people believe them, we already know the fucking World Trade Center was us. Come on, man, we see this. We see what's going on. These people are that brave enough to put these acts in front of us to have us debate them to see who's believing this shit and who's not. And it shows you the division of the masses. It shows you who's still wrapped up in this false reality and who really can see the reality of what's really going on. That's why I said you have to learn these numbers. If you don't learn these numbers, you'll keep believing shit like this is really taking place. And for those who are emotionally attached to this situation, that's what you're going to get from it. Emotional overload to the fact that that shit is literally everywhere. It's real big on TikTok. I know on YouTube, that shit jumping on YouTube all over. Everybody's talking about what happened to Charlie Kirk. Not to mention all the other shit that just happened before then. Damn, Malcolm Jamal Warner just died a couple weeks ago. How many people? This shit is. You see what I'm saying? It's starting to.
That was a couple months ago.
Well, I mean, it's all still in. I put it like this in this year of this time frame because a lot of weird shit is going on in this time frame. And if you're not able to see it, you'll continue to go on being able. You'll still be a part of the crowd wondering, "God damn it, is this real or is it fake?" I know the difference now because I attach numbers to main events, especially when numbers play into key roles that they use. It's nothing.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
There's so many.
Come on.
There's so many narratives right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be honest. I don't know if I believe it was faked or not, but I definitely don't believe this kid, this 22-year-old kid that they're talking about. I don't believe I don't believe none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know every major assassination is going to have a patsy, and it's almost like a day or two, right? Then they find them, and then it's a young kid. You know, same with Trump. You know what I'm saying? That was a young kid. It's like these patsies. You can never believe who they put in front of you as the perpetrator when it comes to the media, because that's the top tier story. That's like the cover story. And then you got the shit underneath, like he's really alive and faked it. You know, the shit that they talk about with Israel. And it's like there's so many different levels to what you go pick one. There's like 3 or 4 right now, and you just pick one and run with it. And who knows which one is the truth? You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe that kid did it at all. I don't believe that kid had nothing to do with it. He's another actor too, probably.
He is, because look how he add up. Shit, Utah equals 22. When you put that in gematria, it equals to 22. Charlie Kirk's birthday year is 1993. Add it up. It's 22. Okay. How old was the shooter? He was 22. You always pay attention, like I told you, I put in the chat. You pay attention to the keywords that these people throw out to you, even the names. You get what I'm saying? Of how, because when they are scripting something, they make sure the names numerically align with what it is that they're doing. That's how we're able to go in with the numbers and find it because it's aligned with something. If you don't know what to look for, then you don't know what to align it with because you don't know the numbers to that you're looking for to align it with. But numbers like that should never add up. Only way they're adding up if something has been orchestrated and made to goddamn line up like that. Because numbers don't add up like that. Especially when it comes to the world events and all the shit that happened. And I can do it with a lot of the shit that has happening that the media has given us. Because we know what the media feeds us. Their narratives. They're all
So what
saying the
about
same shit.
what about what's going on with Venezuela? Can you throw Venezuela in there and like get words out of there?
Oh, them
You know,
people over
this
there tired.
Venezuela war.
They overthrew the government. Their elected officials and their families were hopping on helicopters getting the fuck out of there because I believe America sold them the fuck out. Because you got to understand, didn't we just allow a lot of their people to come over here? They're men, they're middle-aged men. I mean, not
No, they
middle-aged,
did.
well, but honestly,
Well,
from
we
like
deporting
20,
them back. We're supposedly deporting them
shitting
back. I
me.
don't know.
No, they're not. No, they're not. You ain't heard them say nothing about kicking those Venezuelans out of here.
Ain't
They
Trump
let
deporting
them come
everybody
over.
back?
Yeah, that Mexicans. That's what they talking about. And all that shit is a scam all in itself too. All that, come on, you gotta understand. I let them in, you kick them out. I let them in, you kick them out. Come on, man. How long are y'all we gonna let these people continue to play these games with us? Because that's all it is. They're not kicking them people out. They're gonna put on the news and harass a few just to make it seem like it's no different than them saying they were fighting the war on drugs. Yet they at the goddamn airport bringing in a whole new shipment, but yet you flooding the streets, knocking niggas off, locking them up, goddamn finding crack here, finding drugs everywhere in the world, and you fighting the war, but you steady bringing it in. Man, stop it, man. These people
All right.
diabolical, man. Go ahead,
So
Cole.
look, let me get something in right quick. So I asked the Googler, right? I asked the Googler, is freedom of speech free? Right.
Uh-oh.
And it hit you with that. And it said, hell no. Absolutely not. It ain't absolutely free because freedom, the free amendment, the First Amendment protection is not unlimited. It applies only to government restriction, not private entities, right?
All right.
So you can talk shit
That's why
about,
people getting fired. Yeah.
yeah, you can talk shit about the government and other things, but when it comes to these private entities, i.e., Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, they have the right to censor you however they please. I.e., that's why we make, and y'all, that's why we're coming on our own website with all a bunch of videos that they don't want to show y'all. We can have them on. We can have them on the site for y'all. You know, real soon. We about to make that happen. You know what I'm talking about? But this is why we're
Yeah.
doing that because they keep censoring shit, and we ain't gonna have none of that crazy shit up there. But we talking about some real shit, some shit that we think is true or somewhat true, right? And try to keep the
Yeah.
authenticity of the videos as much as we can, right? But freedom of
Yeah.
speech ain't particularly free. It's just while the government generally cannot restrict speech based on its message or content, it can place a reasonable time, place, and manner restriction, and can ban speeches that oppose a direct threat to public safety. And so, if these people are saying whatever they're saying and they consider it a direct threat to public safety, that's why they get to censor it. But they ain't saying shit about them motherfucking white nationalists renting U-Hauls running around in cities with their mask on, right? So they just picking and choosing their battles. You know what I'm talking about? I got a video here. I got a video on TikTok.
Read what
Numerology.
Tim said though. What
What he
Tim
said? What he
talking about?
said? Tim said they
Tim
have to
said
tell
that.
us, but the research and figuring out what's going on is definitely not easy. We got to know when Tim say,
Mhm.
they tell us what's going on. They have the research to figure it out. Who, what, why, where is difficult. But shout out to the truth seekers. You know what I'm talking about? For sure, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim, we on it, Tim, man. Appreciate you for checking in with us every week, man. Tapping in, goddamn, sharing this good knowledge, cause man, this shit getting crazy, getting spooky. We're in a new dimension. And at one point before I play this video, if you ain't, if there's a million people, I'm sure, who ain't on social media, who ain't got no idea who the fuck Charlie Kirk is, and don't care that whatever he was saying and whatever happened to him, they don't care
If they don't turn
because
on the news,
yeah, it ain't in their reality. You know what I'm talking about? So
Shit on
this is
Billboard.
only for those who built, who are indulged in the social reality, who allowing these type of narratives to control or affect their reality, affect their
nah, that's
culture
right.
position. You know what I'm talking
Like
about? So
case
that's
in point.
again. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I was in Portugal this past weekend. I mean, I didn't ask nobody, but I hear not that they in Portuguese talking about it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They probably seen it or heard it, but we was over there and it was nobody was talking about the shit.
Well, yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
you
I
know
was
what
saying,
they're pushing.
it ain't into my reality because it won't nothing that I wanted to check for. Right. Just being more aware of what I want to put in my paradigm.
Year the week.
Yeah.
That shit, they're gonna have it on the billboard sooner or later. Y'all, I mean,
You
you know what they saying on
But
TikTok? They literally saying, well, if listen, no bullshit. This is what people are saying on TikTok. If Martin Luther King got a holiday, why shouldn't listen Charlie Kirk have a holiday? See, that's the thing I'm talking about. The energy of
and
what it's doing to people. For
so
them to
they
mention,
really
but even though, hold on, cause
yeah.
to me, those are two actors too, because you know I can go on and on about him, about MLK, but this is a different story.
Fair enough,
But
fair enough. But it's like, go ahead.
them still mentioning it in the sense of who he's been painted to us is still crazy though. I mean, we're talking about a guy that's been on social media not even a fucking year being fed to us. I mean, honestly, I didn't start hearing to him probably to about 6, 7 months ago. You get what I'm
oh,
saying?
nah, Charlie. Nah,
Yeah,
he been
really.
around since
Yeah,
20. He
yeah.
he been around for like a few years.
Yeah, but he wasn't really in my rotation of information that was coming on my timeline. But then he started to
Yeah.
grace my timeline. You get what I'm saying? And I heard a lot of the rhetoric of what he speared. I paid it no man, but still, you know what I mean? To each his own. He can say what he want. You get what I'm saying? But he was to
I
us, he
think
was still
is
a nobody.
I think it's weird that a side was hoping that it was somebody of
Of color.
on the opposite side of whatever he was speaking on. Whole time it was somebody on the same team, right? They were looking for an enemy or a boogeyman for to be the assailant. Whole time it was just another white nationalist, another racist. He probably didn't like black people either. I don't know, but again, it was their own team. It was their own team, and they still looking for somebody else to place the blame on. Like that's kind of weird to me. You know what I'm talking about? So
Wait, look,
let me
the
what's
crazy
up?
thing about it is he did before he played the video. Look, the boy was 22.
31.
He
Oh,
ain't
the shot
even
of
No,
into
22.
the
the shit
shooter, the
that's going
shooter.
on, man.
Yeah. You don't care.
Yeah, the shooter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He not even into this shit, man. What 22 you know of running around worried about politics and what somebody fuck? They ain't worrying about that shit, man. They could care fucking less. Why y'all
Mm-hmm.
keep making all these shooters young ass boys, man?
Cause they
Even
It's a
with Trump made them a young.
it's a
You
perfect,
bro.
yeah,
Yeah, you know
it's a
why.
perfect
nah,
patsy.
nah.
It's a perfect patsy.
But for
And
those who can't see bullshit though, for those who can't see through it, because for those who can see, you can see his bullshit. That y'all keep using people that y'all know ain't even on that type time for real.
but
I don't give a fuck about
that's
who's the
easy.
president.
Bro, that's easy. How many times the drug lord and sent the young boy over there to see what the enemy got going on? And
That's
he
different.
ain't got no idea. That's not no different. I
Nah,
got
nah,
me
it
an
is
enemy.
different.
I got me a young
You-
boy, and he need to take this person out because he's now an enemy. So I'm gonna put him on. I'm gonna put him on. But he don't got no knowledge and no insight
it-
of what's going on up here.
You know, to go further,
it's two
for all we
different
know,
lanes though. But
they do sent the kid. They did. Somebody got in the kid's head, gave him the tools, hyped him up, told him what to do. So he was there. Maybe he didn't even actually get a shot off. You know what I'm saying? So he's running, right? So when they catch him, it's sort of like what's it called? There's a word for it. I mean, it's
yeah,
patsy,
see
but it's
that
like
shit right there. And
Yeah.
all of them been trans lately. Even the one that shot up the people, I think in Oklahoma, some shit. Why are they all
Well, that's
trans
cool,
all
yeah.
of a sudden?
Because they're the
That
same
see they
team.
attaching, huh?
They're the same team.
No, cause that is a agenda being pushed, man, and you see it. Young people ain't on
Yeah.
that type time. I understand y'all talking about the scenario far. In the hood is different. You when you in the hood, bro, you when niggas send you on missions like that, it's cause you a nigga that's hanging around and want to be a part
Power
of
is
that shit.
power, though.
So
Power
cause
is
niggas
power.
send you on
Power
that.
behaves.
That shit,
Power
look
behaves
who
the
they're killing.
same way, big dog.
Huh?
Power behaves the same way. No matter whoever's wielding the sword, whoever wielding the power, power behaves the same way.
So you would
How you
send an
think?
inexperienced so think about this. You would send an inexperienced boy to take out the president?
If
Or
I
would you
already go, if hold
or
on,
would
listen,
you
I'm gonna
send
tell
a
you.
trained sniper? Frank froze too.
Listen,
Or would you
yeah,
send a
I
trained
knew that.
sniper?
But listen, no, I'm saying I would because if I knew he was gonna get hit for show, you hear me? If I knew he was gonna be hit for shit show, yeah, I need an exit plan. They think 25, 30 steps ahead. You feel me? So hell yeah, send him up there before he can get picked out. You know what I'm talking about? Of course. Why? Because I want to make sure this shot hit Buddy where it need to get hit. You feel me?
But you would be gambling with somebody of a younger age. And then honestly, and then tell me this. Why aren't the snipers that the military use, why aren't they young boys 22
But
years of
they
age?
are. They are.
No,
Listen to
no,
that. Hold
no.
on. They
They're not as
slow
young
down.
as 22. They're in training during
When
that time because it takes years of
that's the
training
point.
to become a
That's what I'm
trained
saying.
sniper.
That's what I'm saying. They
It
are
takes
doing the same
years.
play. They recruiting at high schools, junior ROTC, to get these particular characters to teach them how to brainwash them how to indoctrinate them into how to, right? So when I do need you, you already in my back pocket. You get me? You feel me? They pulled the
Uh,
young boy off the shelf. They pulled the young boy off the shelf and put him in play when he was needed. His parents, his daddy and them probably set right now for luck because he done made the play. Or he gonna sit down behind bars for 20 years or so, 25 years and come home and be chilling. You feel me?
that's if that, but that's if
Nah,
that
he
really
getting death
happened.
penalty. They gonna give him a death penalty.
But the thing about it is, we ain't gonna get nothing because we ain't gonna never hear nothing about it because it's gonna be a new agenda or new narrative push. The thing about it
That's
is,
cool.
we all know it never really happened due to the fact of how everything was found, as far as the weapon and so on and so forth. So we know that it's not really these young boys going there to make these type of hits. I mean,
But
Nah,
goddamn,
yeah, nah, I don't believe that.
people in
Every time
China
they hear
ain't
that shit.
sending no fucking look. Chinese are not sending their youngest children to go take out some serious shit that they won't taken out. They're sending their best. You're gonna make
I'm
sure
gonna play the
the
same card
shot is
again.
there. You
Hold
know,
on.
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna play
make
the same
sure
card
they
again.
train.
I'm gonna play
Yeah,
the
they all train. Yeah, we know that.
listen,
You have to
that's the
train.
card again. Because they training their people from what? Teeny boppers to be what? Part of their communist regime. To be with they program from motherfucking teeny boppers. And so when they do get to go into the military or whatever field they're going into, they already on brand. You know what I'm talking about?
But
They
you don't use
already
them for
on trend.
targets like that though. You wouldn't use them for
How would
targets
we
like that
know?
though. You would
How
do
would we
you would
know?
do it leave listen, you would do it the DC sniper characters was doing. You would be warming up like that. You see how that was taking place? You would be doing some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? They
What
not
I'm saying though is
when they my
what
thing is
I'm
when
saying is
you're sent to
wait,
take out somebody that has somewhat of a name and a buzz, you're not gonna send the amateur to do that. You're not
Nah,
gonna
you're
do
right.
that. You're gonna send your
But you
hitter,
still,
man.
you what you
I
do
get
is
what
you
you
still
saying,
send them.
cuz yeah,
You send them, yeah, you send them, but you have a professional that actually does it,
all,
and then that person is the
already.
passer.
but
Right.
you're gonna
So
make sure he's not the person doing the shot because you know if he missed, then what you did, your whole plan is fucked up. The whole plan
They,
was y'all would go
yeah,
there and murk whoever
but
y'all
that's
was
why
gonna
the
murk.
they
no,
probably gave him a
he ain't
gun with
even
blanks or
shoot.
something.
Yeah, he didn't even shoot. He didn't
Man,
even
that man
shoot
didn't
if
even
he
have
did
a
shoot.
rifle. He didn't even
All
have
of that.
gunpowder residue.
You
No,
you
no
are
gunpowder
what I'm
residue on him.
that's what we saying though. he was gonna be the scapegoat regardless, because the professional was gonna do the work. The professional gonna get the job done.
Yeah, his character was a scapegoat.
The professional was already bench training longer than 22 years. You know what I'm talking
about? So you think it could have been maybe 2 shooters there?
No.
At a minimum.
I'm saying there's a shooter and then there's a scapegoat. You know what I'm talking about?
Did you see the picture they released? The FBI, the picture they released don't even look like that kid.
Listen, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, we still have the ring fit situation. How the ring go from that finger to this finger. We still have that. Okay, we still have that whole video of the finger starting out in the beginning of the event on this finger when he Shaq holding his hands up like this. Now the ring is on the pinky finger.
Yeah, what does that mean? That's just crazy.
Come on now, we know what it fucking means. It's a scam. That's what it's telling. Listen,
there might be symbolism there, though. There might be symbolism.
Understand this. Why is there always a perfect angle, a perfect camera at the exact moment getting that footage? I don't give a fuck.
Bro,
all of these events, man.
Bro, hold on.
But Kirk, people had cell phones there. Kirk did mad debates and mad people had cell phones.
Listen. We can agree with that. Yeah. But look at the version we all get first.
It is a couple.
Once, come on, like the camera is directly set up right then for that point. Even with the camera, come on, man. Look at all the shit around the world that be happening.
It's a televised, just like with Trump. It was a televised event. It's a televised event. So there's a camera right in front. It's televised. That's the reason.
We live in the dimension of 2025. There is cameras and lenses any and every which way. Right, so here you go. I'm gonna take it back for a second. Let's think about Martin Luther King getting assassinated, right? When his job was done, right? The people who want him gone infiltrated his camp way before he even knew what time it was, right? And so the people who was pulling the trigger, it won't nobody that he knew personally or that he grew up with. These were people that were sent there to do a particular job, right? And of course, they were scapegoats because they were black people that just wanted, whatever the case may be, right, to pull the trigger. If MLK was in this day to get assassinated, dog, you don't think every single camera would have been available? Every single angle would have been available. Him and Malcolm X, right?
I'm not saying that. Yeah.
The last televised assassination was JFK, but we had mad assassination. We had assassinations after that where there weren't cameras. You know, Robert Kennedy. It was kind of on TV, but it wasn't. We had Robert Kennedy, we had MLK, we had Malcolm X. Those weren't really televised. You know what I'm saying?
Assassinations take place all around the world. I mean, it's cameras everywhere. Assassinations take place all around the world. You can pull up a list of people that has been assassinated within the last 2 to 3 years. We have no footage on. Why do we have footage of the assassinations that they want us to see? That's the part everybody not catching. I mean, I understand it's cameras everywhere because this is the camera age and this is what's going on. But for some reason, it's always somebody there that got the exact same footage to show the narrative of what's taking place. It's as if it was set up in place for that specific scene, which means they have already been practicing of where the camera was going to be before all of this shit has taken place. That they are automatically in position to get the great cut. Simple, man. It's just like Hollywood.
I'm surprised. I've only seen like 4 angles. I'm actually surprised it's not hundreds because all the kids there with their phones, you would think they'd been mad different angles, like at least 100. There's only been like there's 2 main ones, and then there's one behind and then one from the side. That's all I've seen.
How long did it take for all the 9/11 footage to come out and everybody had cell phones doing that?
That was 30 years ago, huh?
20.
People had cell phones. 20. But still, hold on.
Cell phone was flipping their ass off, boy.
But we still we got
camcorders.
You would have seen people recorded it, but still look what we got. It's no different than them just saying they. It's no different than them going to the moon and we only see one side of the moon. Motherfucker.
That's true.
We only
That's
see
crazy.
one side. Wherever it's one angle, it's one shot. Everything is in that frame. Even the shot of the spinning ball is one frame, one shot. It's nothing on the side. It's always that one perfect angle. These people been perfectly angling our ass all our life, telling
Uh,
narratives with their perfect angles. Because it's something that camera, it never gets destroyed. And all of the natural disasters that happen, the camera is always there to catch that specific footage for some reason. It never gets destroyed. Even in crazy shit. Man, listen.
Because I want on a lighter note, life is about angles. You know, you shoot that basketball just right, nigga. You kick that
Yeah,
football
right.
just right, nigga. You hit that baseball just right, bitch.
Yeah,
Life
yeah,
is about the
yeah.
angles.
uh,
Yeah. Angles
But
are
no,
angels
I
of
can put the
light.
video color. Let me put this up real quick. So he talking about the
oh
Jumanji
yeah, we
number
didn't
one.
even get to watch this shit.
Yeah,
We've been
we good
talking.
with time
I
though.
We
like
didn't
it
even
though.
get to
Yeah.
watch this shit.
Yeah,
And
we
Frank,
still
you in
good.
the
We
car? You
good.
ain't got nowhere to go. Shut up. Look.
Ain't that in there yawning and shit,
I was just saying,
dark
we
in
didn't
that
get to this
motherfucker.
shit.
He in the dark room. In the dark
Let me know if y'all
in
can
there,
hear it.
in there and ceiling light.
I got some. I got some
He got the
Gotten
fucking
Portuguese.
all the
visor light
Cigarettes.
down.
conspiracy theories surrounding it. Here's a handful of books that were posted on Amazon on September 9th, but Charlie Kirk was shot on September 10th. Then Amazon supposedly changed the date to September 11th, the day after. But the publication date
Uh,
still said September 9th. But if you go to search for the book now, you come up with this. Now, you could explain
Yep.
this with just an editing error, or this plane, identified as N88KG, took
wait,
off
can you
from
pause
Provo
it?
Airport exactly 1 hour after.
Can you pause it? I have a theory about that. It's he was shot on the 10th about noon, right? At noon, sometime
Mhm.
12:30.
I'm
That could
around
have
here.
been a book published in another time zone, like across in Europe, where it was still September 9th. But that's all I
No,
guess. I mean, it is
it was
possible.
on
How
Amazon.
you write the book? How you write that, Frank?
No,
Exactly.
no,
It was on
no. So
Amazon.
How you
I
write?
published.
How
I
you write
published.
that,
Hold
Frank?
on. That's true. I
Amazon had
publish
it.
Amazon books. No, I can tell you so. I can tell you when you create a book, you can create a book and the book the day you
Timeline.
title it and put the cover up, it'll lock in the date even though the book's not finished. Like right now, I got books in draft that I put up there. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is somebody in
Amazon
Europe.
had
So
it for
like
sale.
we was in Portugal and we were 5 hours ahead of y'all. So if you go further Europe, further in, it
Right,
could have been
right.
September 9th when somebody did that. That's all
But
I'm
it
saying.
happened here though. But it still happened
Yeah.
here.
So
And
yeah. So
Amazon
here,
and
okay.
Amazon had the book. Hold on,
All you
Amazon
have to
had it.
do is go back 12 hours. So like okay, so in where did it happen? Utah. Oh, Utah is out there, right? So if it happened out there, I don't know. Was it 12 Eastern or 12 their time?
Let's call it
I don't,
1. Let's call it 1 o'clock.
yeah, because I don't know the exact
Okay,
time
in
myself.
Europe, on the other side of the world, it's 12 hours in the past. You know, so
But
that's all I'm saying. That could have happened, but I don't. But you know what I'm saying? I don't.
but you writing a book about what's about to take place?
Yeah. Like,
Because that's
now
what
No,
the
you
no,
got
book
a
no,
is
no,
finished
about.
book.
no, no,
You
no.
got a
I'm
finished
saying
book.
across the world, it's still September 9th when it happened.
But the book is
You
about
know.
what's about to take place. Even
No,
though
it's
you
no,
saying
finished book.
my thing about it, it still happened on our time of what it was that was
Yeah.
about to take place with him, about him
Go
being
ahead,
killed,
Frank.
about him
But
being
okay,
shot.
you understand though? Across the world, if it's a different time and different date, right? You know, y'all know that, right?
It would have had to happen over there though.
That nigga
No,
talking
no, no,
about
no,
we
no,
don't know, like we know what time it is.
no, 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 no,
It
no.
Lord.
would.
That's not. No, no, no. No, well, you're not getting what I'm saying. And let's
I
say in
am.
Utah, it's 12 p.m. September
Uh-huh.
10th.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Across the world, it's September 9th, 12 at midnight. Is what I'm saying.
We get you. We get you.
Okay,
So,
okay.
but what he's saying is the book was
Uh-huh.
published on this side of the globe, and a finished book about an event that just happened is kind of
So no, when you publish a book, it can go to all the Amazon sites. So just because it's on Amazon.com, don't mean it didn't start in another country.
No, but it's
You know what I'm
what
saying?
is
we're not
what the
saying that.
book is about and what
Yeah,
took
no,
and
that's
what was going
fast.
to take place.
I admit that's fast.
That's not
Let's
even a
say,
word, Frank. That's
let's
impossible,
give
dog. Unless they got a time machine.
That shit is
Unless they got a time
unbelievable.
machine. Yeah,
yeah,
like
I showed you the date And when I sent it in the inbox of when it was
Because
published, it's really
Yeah.
was published on the 9th. It was
if
published
Bacon
for
got
real
a
the
book
9th.
about tomorrow events, I need to go talk to him about tomorrow's stock market move. You hear me? The fuck you talking about?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
He
I'm
published.
just saying time
He
zones.
published. Nah,
He,
My bad.
that's too big of a gap
he
there,
might,
man.
yeah, he was premature with the button, dog. Because he probably, if he would have waited like an hour or two, it probably wouldn't
Yeah.
have mattered. That shit the day before. He knew his shit about to he knew his shit about to blow up, bitch. He said, I'm about to get
Yeah.
paid on the other.
And that's just in
You're
case
right.
the shit didn't go right.
Man,
No, yeah,
They
for
had to
real.
make
Like
sure it went
was
right.
fluke.
And not
you're
only
right.
that, why did it disappear though? What happened to it? Why you can't get it
Too
now?
many people asking questions.
blow back.
Attention.
All right, what's
Somebody probably fucked up and hit the wrong button. That's what happened.
up? Too early.
No, cause they wouldn't. No, they won't. I told you, listen. It was how stupid people is. Go ahead.
I gotta run it back real quick. Yeah,
But if you go to search for the book now, you come up with the publication date still said September 9th. But if you go to
I want to pause
September
it.
10th, then Amazon supposedly changed the date to September
September 9th.
11th, the day after. But the publication date still
I was trying to see if it said anything about where it was published or anything. So
Yeah, but it still
The
say
publisher.
I sent it in your what's the name? I sent it to your in your in the messenger. The
I'm
publishing date, who
That's
published
September.
it, and everything.
Mhm. And the
It
publishing
shows.
date, then is look, it say the publishing date right here, but then look at the bottom and say book overview on
Mhm.
September 10th. Like, what we doing, dog? What we doing?
And the publishing date says September 9th.
Yeah.
9th. But if you go to search for the book now, you come up with this. Now, you could explain this with just an editing error, or this plane, identified as N88KG, took off from Provo Airport exactly 1 hour after he was shot. And that airport is only a 13-minute drive from the campus location. This plane apparently
13.
turned its radar off only a
13.
half hour into the flight. And as you can see, there is only one
Half
flight
hour,
recorded for
30
this
minutes,
aircraft. So there's a
3.
45-minute window in which this flight is
45. They go
completely
to 9. Hey,
unaccounted for.
pause it real quick.
And when you try and access more information on it,
Pause it real quick, cuz. Did you hear the numbers though?
45.
13 to 45.
See, y'all ain't listen to none of the numbers. I just told y'all it tells you a story. You heard 13 first. What numbers do I always give y'all? 13, 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Half an hour is what? 30 minutes. That's 3, right?
Yeah.
13, he said
45.
13 minutes. Then he said 45. There go your 9. It shows you the scripts. Go ahead.
you get this. So I went on the flight radar myself, and this is what I found. Now wait for the time to hit the 7:48 mark. What was that, chump? There's an apparent 35-minute gap in the flight time. So what was the next destination after this? There's more to get into, so stay tuned.
Valhalla.
I mean, come on. Let's take a deep dive into all the conspiracy theories.
I thought you about to tell me some shit.
No, you got some more
Oh.
videos that where they
Yeah, the
really go in
Valhalla.
about that shit. Because
Cash Patel said he
I'm
was
mad at
seeing
that
in
really-
Valhalla.
Who?
Cash Patel, FBI director,
All
said
right,
he'll
all
see
you
he'll see him in
numerology
Valhalla.
nerds, let's talk Charlie Kirk again because you
And on the shooter screen in that picture where he's standing by the screen, that's a picture of a place called Valhalla. So I guess they're trying to say that's where he went. I'll see you in Valhalla.
But what I was telling you about the numbers, that's why I said you always pay attention to the numbers that the media give you, because they give you their script numbers. For people, just like it just went over y'all head, because y'all didn't really key into the numbers that was given. Because once you get the numbers, then you go put the numbers in the calculator. But I don't have to put them in because I know who runs those numbers. Jesuit order is 72 and 54 all fucking day. So anything in the media dealing with 45 and 72, which is still numerals of 9, they are involved. You get what I'm saying? 13, 3, 6.
31.
These are the numbers that they use. You get what I'm saying? Because the thing about 3, 6, and 9 is they are all numbers of the same. You get what I'm saying? Especially 9. You know, it multiplies and it stays at 9. That's why Tesla told you. And them niggas said 369, motherfucker. They told y'all. They are energy numbers. And you said, what do they get off of it, Flop? I told you they get your energy. because they are the energy numbers that pulls energy from the ether from everybody gravitating to this shit. I watch the
All right,
numbers.
man.
I don't watch acts.
I'm gonna get y'all with them takeaways because I don't give a fuck. I don't give
I
a
know me either.
fuck. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like I'm just
I'll put it
Especially
this way.
now.
go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
Well, we can see if okay. Let's give it to the theory that it's all fake, the numbers and everything, and it's all fake and it's for our energy. Look at how people are reacting now. You know what I'm saying? That they with the freedom of speech and all that, you know, going after people's jobs and getting motherfuckers fired, and then people praising that, saying, "Yeah, you deserve." So like, they are making us react in a way where we're turning on each other. Well, we've been turning on each other, but now it's heightened. Jimmy Kimmel just got canned his show because he said something. They're going after people and then hurting them back, I guess, for celebrating. And it's like it's just putting us in a position where we just at each other's throats. So the plan is working. It's separating people even more. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I gotta say about that. Like if you look at it, how we're treated, and that's what I was talking about my videos. Like y'all are keeping the energy of pain and hurting each other and getting back and revenge and vengeance and all that shit, and it brings your vibration low. And it's the perfect setup, and everybody's falling right into that shit. You know what I'm saying? So my takeaway is get the fuck out. Get out. Stop letting the energy. Stop looking for revenge. If whether you like Charlie Kirk or you hated Charlie Kirk, you know what I'm saying? Don't allow someone else to take you out of character to go look for somebody and get them fired for their job. You know what I'm saying? And even if you didn't like him, don't celebrate his death because then you putting a target on your back. Somebody will see your shit and come for you. You know what I'm saying? That's like instant karma. You know what I'm saying? So again, people falling for this shit and just making horrible decisions for themselves, and everybody still at each other's throats. That's my piece.
I'm gonna go unify and thrive, Frank. I think just the opposite, right? Is bringing more motherfuckers together because people who see what, like the big C back in the day, right? It brought a whole lot of motherfuckers together. It separated a lot of people, but it brought a whole lot of people together who was like, nigga, that's dumb, that's stupid, that's idiotic, that don't make sense. Why you behaving that way? And then people defending this shit, and then a few years later, come out like, oh, you were dead ass wrong, I was dead ass right, and now we can't even communicate no more because you're not trying to own up to your bullshit, right? Again, like this shit here, you celebrating somebody getting fired for speaking their truth, or disagreeing with somebody, or motherfucking Samuel L. Jackson and Django, crying because a nigga died. Like, I don't, it ain't, I don't know, bro. I ain't never cared for whatever he was had going on. Nobody should die for over their opinion, you know what I'm talking about? But again, like, I'm not about to get mad at nobody for saying whatever they got to say about it, or I'm not trying to get nobody fired, dog. Like that shit. So that's bringing more people together on one side to say, let them have that. Let the pigs play in mud, right? Let the pigs roll around in the dirt. We can unify and thrive. Take care of your personal responsibilities. I mean, check your awareness, check your surroundings. Be a guardian of what you allow in your reality into your motherfucking mental Rolodex. This shit ain't gonna help you grow. It's decreasing your vibration. It's making you stagnant. It's a whole fucking life I had to live. I mean, Frank just flexed on this about 40 minutes about going to Portugal and shit. I'm trying to go. He ain't take a nigga with him and shit. Nah.
We need a trip. We need to do an international trip.
I need to get out the fucking state, boy. What you talking about? Unify and thrive.
Let's go.
We need to get out of the country. But yeah, people, for real. We're not saying the events that took place wasn't tragic. For the media to show us that is always tragedy. Just seeing a scene like that, and it's crazy that we're at an age where something like that can be seen and is acceptable and shared and talked about and spread it around like that shit was a cartoon or something. So it speaks to the sickness that the world is really going through. So listen, just understand the world is full of characters. Just find out which character you're playing in this movie, because that's exactly what we're witnessing. So do not get emotionally tied to a lot of the shit that's going on, because they know that's what feeds everything. Emotions is attached to everything. And that's how they get their energy. So keep your energy and your emotions to yourself. It's for you. To build you up. So use it for you. That's it.
Tim
Tell the
said,
white folks tripping. Unify and Thrive, man. Stick together. Don't forget to get Frank book. It's on Amazon right now. Goddamn, the new website coming out now. Go to figuringshit.com. Yeah. You set
yeah,
the
we
domain up yet, Frank?
nah, but that's still happening.
Okay.
We still gonna go get this conspiracy site with just all the
Yeah.
bad videos. So look out for that.
Yeah.
We'll make an
Subscribe to the
announcement.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the Facebook. We fuck with y'all. See y'all next Wednesday. You know what I'm talking about? We out of here. Yeah.
I don't-
Peace.